Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Patches Metal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Patches Metal!
So, in the time I was gone, I did run into a lot of things that really fucking bothered me. And Patches Rants has always been this amazing way to vent, whatever I was getting worked up over. And I didn't really have this option in the last few months. So I'm going to make a few, rants that are probably going to seem really random. But this is just stuff that I've been running into, over the past time. I love supporting new bands, and I actually love people starting new bands. It's an amazing process. You really learn a lot from it. You make a lot of personal development by starting your own band. However, there's always those few people who just start a band to whine about how difficult it is to have a band. And I've made probably a billion videos already about starting a band, and you can find them all anywhere. They're all called Patches Education, how to start a band, Patches Education, how to not be a douchebag while starting a band, Patches fucking Education, how to not be a complete utter cunt while starting a band. And the reason why I'm always being this aggressive towards people starting bands is because there's so many douchebags in it. Now let me give you an example of what it should look like starting a band. You get some people together that you really like. You all start playing your instruments, you start writing songs, you start, looking for gigs. You drive out to these gigs, you play them. You're happy that, 3-4 people actually showed up to listen to this completely random band they'd never heard of. And you can be really happy if you actually get some free beers out of this process. And that's really the start of starting a band. You get a few beers out of, all the hours of practice you put into it, and all the hundreds, possibly thousands of euros or dollars you've put into getting your equipment. And then there's always these extremely self-righteous people who claim that they have an actual right of getting anything more than these few free beers, just because they put so much time and effort and money into it. And to really understand the basics of why this is so much bullshit, we should go back to the very beginning of this whole process. Namely, why would anyone pay a band? Now, generally speaking, there are 3 reasons for people to ever spend money on anything ever. 1, for consumption, just personal enjoyment or whatever. Buying a movie, that's consumption. Buying a concert ticket, that's consumption. Alright, so let's name that consumption and just move it out of the way. Then there's the second option, which is profit. And profit meaning that the money you spend should turn out to make you eventually, for whatever reason, more money. And let's for instance say a venue hires a musician so that they play in the venue so that more people come to this venue, equaling this venue making a profit. Alright, so that's the second one, that's profit. Move it out of the way, and then there's the third option, which is charity. Charity is just charity, whenever you just want to give away your money or your possessions or your whatever to anyone without expecting anything in return. Now, which of these 3 options do you think every single venue owner ever falls under? It's not for consumption, okay? Let's just say that it's not for consumption, because really you don't open a bar just so you can watch a band. So, charity? I don't think so. I don't think any bar owner ever has thought, oh, let's just spend my hard-earned money just to give some band a random opportunity to play here. It's not how it works. Bar owners and venue owners don't make lots of money. They don't have these random amounts of money to just spend on bands who need a stage. So that really leaves us with just one single option left, which is profit. And of course it's profit. I mean, most of you already knew it was going to be profit from the start. You're the smart ones. It's profit. You spend your money on a band, and people in your town or wherever, they just know, okay, some cool bands play there from time to time. Let's grab some beers there, right? Okay. So if you're a good band and you're going to actually turn a profit for a venue, they're going to properly pay you. You can establish that, you can know that for sure. If a venue knows that your band is going to attract, let's say, 50 additional people on a night, and they're all gonna drink, an average of 3 beers, equaling, let's say, $9, they can make calculations, and they will know, okay, so we can actually afford to pay them, whatever amount of money. But if you play in a shitty band and you've just had, your first 2, 3, 4, 10, whatever gigs, you're not going to generate any crowd. Even my own band, back in the day when I had a band, we've been playing for three or so years, we'd really established a fan base. But if we went out to the other side of the country, which isn't really far in the Netherlands, it's no joke, a 2.5 hour drive, give or take, we wouldn't expect anyone to know us. And that's because every local scene has its local heroes and its local band, and you have to be either a goddamn genius at marketing or the greatest band in the world to really spread your message out that quickly. So if I'm going to play in a venue, let's say 10 towns away from here, I'm not gonna make the bar any profit, I'm not gonna make the venue any profit. So why would I expect that I should make a profit? And the reason I'm getting so worked up about this is because I'm part of a Facebook group. It's called Last Minute Bookings, or not just Last Minute Bookings. Actually, it's just any kind of bookings Facebook page I've ever been a part of, where anyone says, we're looking for a band for next week, and we have no payment, but we can offer you a crate of beer. And there's always these goddamn band style white knights in the comment thread going like, yeah, and you expect all of this, and there's this random fucking meme going around the internet saying like, yeah, and you expect musicians to pay 1,000 euros for their equipment and 1,000 euros for their car and gas, and no, just to play a $10 gig or €10 gig or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's really how it works. I mean, if you became a musician to actually earn money, you've made a really bad decision in your life. I don't mean to discourage anyone wanting to start their own band, because like I said at the beginning of this video, it is an amazing process to go through, but you should never ever put anyone in the situation where they feel like they owe you money even though it's not worth it. If you want to be taken seriously as a band, and if you want to be treated as a professional as a band, then think professionally and think rationally, and just realize that if your product, this being your band, isn't making the venue any profit, then they're not going to invest any money into it. Now, I hope people really understand the point I'm trying to make, and I hope even more that people can give me some, good counter arguments, which might even change my view on this whole situation. But for me, I've been seeing so many bands saying that they deserve more and they should be getting more, and, people should have their back. Well, really, it's just, the world isn't that romantic. The world isn't going to just be like, oh, you're working so hard, so you should get more money. Because it just doesn't work like that. You're gonna get money the moment you're going to, make money for other people as well. However, I'm going to leave it at that for this video. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I will see you all next time.
1, 2, 3, 4.